reporters, welcome back to my channel. Let's get into a recap of what went down on episode 4 of Selling Sunset this season. So Bre is showing Heather around a really gorgeous mansion. Like the bedroom alone was 3,000 square feet. I was like, yes, girl, you have the clientele. She is coming like in strong with this show. Did you notice a lot of times, like when the girlies join the show, they're showing off mansions, right? But they're in the more $2 to $3 million range. But Bre is in like the 20 million plus range with her people, like a 30 million, and you're just joining here. Great for you. I also want to shout out to the commenter who said that she didn't like the other photo I would use of Bre. So I'm switching it up just for you. This one causes her anxiety. I don't know why, because I find it beautiful, but she says Bre's hand being up there and not going back down stresses her out. So just for you, boo, I am changing up the photo from time to time. Now, Chelsea and Emma sit down and talk about their first impressions of Bre in a separate scene. And obviously, like they both have some tension with Bre. So Chelsea, it feels like she is a bit pissed that Bre has gotten her spot on the show without needing to prove herself by selling a house first the way that she had to. Emma's beef comes from the fact that Bre came in guns a-blazing towards her, accusing her of trying to steal her client and whatnot. And they say that she is aggressive and whatnot. And I get it. Like, I get where they are coming from. Well, not Chelsea, because Chelsea was being messy from the beginning. But Emma, I can see why she would have been rubbed the wrong way by the way that Bre came at her. They mentioned having bad eggs in the office. So I'm like, okay, girl, I don't know about that, right? Like at this point, I just feel like maybe they're kind of projecting some things a little bit. Like it's time to talk through things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the other people are bad or anything like that. Why don't we get in Amanda? Amanda is a really interesting character to me because I don't know what she's doing here. Like she's always just kind of like there. She's not talking about selling houses or staging houses, but she's in the office and I don't know what she does in the office at this point. But she does have another sad story to tell. This is something that makes me a bit sad for her. Every time she gets a solo story, it's sad. It's either the baby daddy's doing X, Y, or Z, or she's struggling financially. And now this time she has lost her adoptive father. She lost her adoptive mother years ago. And so I guess she is officially kind of orphaned in that respect. And I feel really sad for her because it seems like she's had a really rough go at life. And I hope that things kind of clear up for her at a certain point so that she can have an easier going. It's really sad. And my heart goes out to her for sure. Now it's time for the girlies to celebrate Heather's birthday. Our girl is 35 years old, which surprised me. I don't know why, but I thought she was older. And that's not saying that like she's aging poorly or anything like that. I just thought she was older for whatever reason. I feel the same way about a lot of these people. Actually, I feel the same way about Chelsea, for example, Emma, like maybe it's the Botox or the plastic surgery, but they come across older than they are to me, but I digress. They got really like dressed to the nines and gowns and whatnot, you guys. It was quite beautiful. And so Chelsea asked her if she's still having intercourse as she is, I think, 5-6 months pregnant at this point. Heather says, yes, she absolutely is. And in fact, Tarek loves mirror B jobs. And I'm like, girl, you did not have to put that on TV because, so yeah, apparently like they've got mirrors in the bedroom and she slobs on the knob and he loves it. He loves looking at it from the mirror. So, okay, Heather, thanks for letting us know about that. My skin is still crawling, but that's okay. I've got free health insurance. So at this point, Bre takes the opportunity to apologize to both Chelsea and Emma for the conflicts that she has had with them. And I was like, yes, Bre, like this is a girl who it's hard to describe her position on the show. Like obviously Christine was a villain and Christine would force drama. I'm not saying she was a bad, like whatever. She carried that show on her back. It would be nothing without her. But towards the end, she started forcing drama, even towards the beginning, actually. But with Bre, like she will like clear things up. Like, like if you've got a problem and you're acting funny, she'll let you know about it without being too attention seeking. And then if she feels like she was wrong and she wants to be on a better foot, she will apologize to you. And I thought that was magnificent. I'm like, okay, I'm really happy we have someone who is this dynamic. They're not like, like Nicole, for example. Nicole is a loud and wrong type. Like she's got this hard on for Chrishell over something that happened like 3 years ago. And she just keeps on hammering it down. It's annoying. It's made her unlikable. But Bre, chef's kiss to you. And in fact, Emma even recognized it. She's like, you know what, Emma? She's like, you know what, Bre? I think it's so big of you to like take the initiative to apologize to us. A lot of people would never do that. Like, we need more people like that in this world. So thank you. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, which I thought was a great response because, again, I love people who can, let sleeping dogs lie and move on and advance in their relationships without holding grudges. Meanwhile, Chelsea was not feeling it. She still does not want to accept the apology or become friendly with Bre. Again, I think it's kind of like a competition sort of a thing, but I digress. Now, at this point, still at the table, Heather brings up Nicole's version of events when it comes to the conflict that she had with Chrishell at the Brokers Open. And so she basically is just saying that Chrishell, out of the blue, called her the B word and whatnot. And Chrishell is just really upset with Nicole for making herself out to be the victim. And like she attacked her out of the blue for literally no reason, which I totally get. I would have the same sentiment as Chrishell for sure. At this point, Chelsea talks about how whack it is that Mary can't regulate this drama as the office manager. She's like, I had all these clients there and Mary just let this happen under her nose. Like, if she cannot handle being a manager, she needs to step aside and let me take over, which I totally get, this position. So a little bit later, in the next scene, we get to see Mary and Nicole go to visit a house. It had a backyard called Jardín de los Sueños, which I thought was funny, okay? Because Jardín de los Sueños means the garden of dreams. And the lady said it was like the magical backyard. I'm like, girl, that is not the translation. What are you talking about? Like, that was so weird to me, but I digress. I do want to say I loved Mary's suit that she wore to visit this house. It was like a very beautiful, like tan neutral suit. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I think she's such a pretty girl. So, but sometimes her style could be a little like a lot of these girlies. So it was nice to see her in something that really kind of like showed off her beauty in a way. And Nicole's outfit was, I don't know, it was a bit juvenile in my opinion, but she didn't look bad. It was this kind of like jean romper, like short onesie situation. And so at this point, Nicole brings up the beef again. Like, Nicole, let it go. You were like a dog with a bone. Sell it. It's like a 3-year-old bone. It's got mold growing on it. No one cares. Move on. So she tells her that Chrishell posted online about her looking for attention, calling her a clown. And then she claims that Chrishell also texted and called her relentlessly throughout the night. So to me, okay, like the shade and then the calling and stuff, yeah, I would be upset as well. And I probably would bring it up. So maybe I shouldn't be so hard on Nicole, but it's her own fault for bringing up this like kind of tired beef. At this point, Mary is irritated with the whole thing. She's like, come on, you guys, like, please, like, behave like adults at this point. This is so foolish. Like, no one wants to hear it. Why don't you wait for Jason to come back? And then you guys can kind of hash this amongst yourself because he was involved in the deal as well. Just put a pin in it. And that's how that scene and conversation ends. Next, we've got Chelsea, who comes back to the office the day after Heather's birthday party. And she says that she went out with Nicole, and I think it was Amanda at the same time. And that is when she went out with Bre and Amanda at the same time as an after party. And that's when Bre found out through the press that Nick Cannon had another baby. He didn't tell her, hey, or he didn't send a group text to the harem like, hey, there's a new one coming through. Let's add her, welcome her to the group chat and everything. And so obviously she felt blindsided and stuff. And I'm like, girl, like, don't be a fool. You were baby mama number 5 or 6 to this man. Like, he's talked ad nauseum about how he wants to have 1 million kids. Like, I'm sure the other baby mamas were blindsided by the arrival of your child. Like, you knew what you were signing up for. So don't like sit here and try to play like victim. Oh my God, this is so shocking. So unlike him, like it's just foolish to me. And so Chelsea, at this point, she really chooses to drag Nick Cannon and Bre Tiesi's relationship. She says that she finds their relationship off-putting to her as a Christian, so she could never see her and Bre being friends just because of the mismatched values there. Chelsea's heavily against them purposely bringing children into broken homes. And I can totally see her perspective there. Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I would be able to respect someone in that position either. Like if I had a friend who chose to take part, if I met a girl, because they're not friends, they're just meeting. If I met a girl and she told me she was a part of that like level of foolishness, I'd be like, okay, you're not my type of person. Sorry, but like I don't agree with your lifestyle and I don't want it near me, basically. So she wonders and she's announcing this to the office, right? So she's like, I wonder if Bre like feels like she did her child a disservice by having him with Nick Cannon, who's having all these kids with all these different women. For every new kid you have, that's less attention for the other ones, which is true even if you are all living in the same house. So imagine if they're all in different like cities, different states and whatnot. Like there's just not enough time for quality time there, and it's truly unfair. And at this point, Amanda and Heather decide to step in and say, you know what, but she is a good mom. So they really like stick up for her in that respect, which was nice, right, as friends. But I feel like they kind of made Chelsea look like she was attacking her when Chelsea was just speaking common sense. You know, I don't like when you're saying something that's common sense and it's truthful and people act like you are being this horrible, judgmental person. It's like, no, like let her speak the damn truth, okay? Like let's stop enabling foolishness, toxicity, and this level of selfishness. And so at the end, Chelsea says, you know what? Nick Cannon purposely making all these broken homes is disgusting to me. And I was like, 2 snaps for you, girl. That's you and me both. And honestly, that's like most people. That's how most people feel about it, and rightfully so, right? Anyway, that's it, you guys. A recap of what went down on Selling Sunset season 6, episode 4. As usual, I want to know what you thought about the episode. Like I keep saying, this is a good season. I feel like we're back. Maybe next season we'll have to get rid of Nicole in order to kind of keep things juicy. But for now, it's really, really good. I'm loving the season. Let me know what you think about all the drama in the comment section down below. Do you agree with Chelsea, or was she being too judgmental? Let me know. Bye, guys.